Hey, what's up guys? John here. Goldman Sachs just bought an entire town in Florida, an entire town for $45 million. And what they're doing is they're targeting low-income communities. And what I find fascinating here is that this narrative that's being spun around like a web across mainstream media about how capitalism is so bad and about inequality and inequity and that we need to stop this, we need to combat this. And capitalism is the problem for this. And we see a company like Goldman Sachs, a real staple in the banking and financial institutions, stepping out there and taking this aggressive action. What do we have to understand to not get the full picture here? It's one thing for them to tell us, but it's another thing, watch what they do, not what they say, right? What they're doing is that they are getting ready, in my belief, to get ready to pounce on every single community as this begins, this market begins to kind of unfold here, because it looks like we are going to be stepping into a real recession, a real problem in probably Q3, Q4. Right now, I feel like we're in the beginning stages where we haven't seen anything just yet. Although a lot of people are freaking out. They're freaking out about crypto, freaking about stocks, freaking out about mortgage rates. This is all just, this is like a precursor for the real, this is like the entry into the real big show here. Now take a look at this. Goldman firms backed entire Florida community for $45 million. Wall Street investors are capitalizing on the current housing crisis by investing in rental properties in Florida. We look at Tampa, they're pushing rent control in a small degree. We look at Miami, they call it a housing emergency. All these different markets off Florida, they're talking about how housing prices so unaffordable. But yet here Goldman Sachs goes to cash in on it. As WESH reports, one of the latest deals involves Cypress Bay, a community of 87 single-family rental homes at the very southern edge of Brevard County in Palm Bay, Florida. Two investment funds have purchased the community of homes for $45 million. The funds are the Growth E-REIT 7 Fund and the Fundrise Internal Fund, which were financially backed by a New York-based investment bank, Goldman Sachs Group. Dr. Lawrence Yun, the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors, said the move is relatively new for Wall Street, even though in 2008, 2009, when Blackstone founded Invitation Homes and they purchased about 90,000 single-family homes during the financial crisis, it's new to them in a small capacity in relation to the overall market share. Right now, the overall market share, most homes are owned by owner-occupied residences, primary residences. And from that respect, it's new. But give it another year or two, and the market share is going to just double and double and double every single quarter. The degree of large Wall Street money coming in is fairly new. I think this is due to the unique circumstances of housing shortage, Yun said. Wall Street is able to generate money, private equity, hedge funds, and others to say, let's go chase the rising rents and putting money into rental property development. Investors come in and, of course, invest. Property just goes off the roof, which marginalizes a whole lot of people who can't afford it, especially those in Brevard County who make less than $46,000 a year. $46,000 a year. Think about $3,000 a month, right? $4,000 a month. They're making very, very little, and they are now going after this. And this is what I've said was going to happen the whole time. I said that big institutional investors, where are they going to invest when we step into a recession? Are they going to invest in high-end real estate, A-class apartment buildings? No way. They're going to go after C-class apartment buildings, affordable housing, between $200,000 and $400,000 properties. That is where they're going to target because of two reasons. The first is the affordability crisis. There's going to be so much more demand for these properties. And the second, the security in the investment. They buy a property for $400,000 and the land alone is worth $250,000 or $300,000, and they can't build the structure anymore because of inflation problems and the costs are just going through the roof with the supply chain. What's ultimately going to happen is they're buying a $500,000 property for $250,000 or $300,000, essentially land value, and they're buying it with this depreciating currency that's becoming worth less and less every single day. This is what's going to happen. This is where they're going to go. What's happening with Goldman Sachs? This is just the beginning. You watch Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all the financial institutions, they're going to start allocating capital with big corporations into smart investments like affordable housing. And they're going to do this, and what are they going to do? You think they're going to bring rents down? Because they talk a lot about the affordability crisis and inequality and inequity and that we need to make things fair, but then they want to go in and buy properties. and decrease one's living standard, right, by increasing the rents on them. It's really it's a interesting concept here because they really push this through the media and through our educational systems, colleges, everything. Everything is about how capitalism is so bad and so horrible, and it's pushed by companies like this, Goldman Sachs. And now here we go, and we go down this road. That's why I want to really lay out the framework here to let everyone know, never rely on anyone, ever, for financial help. You never want to rely and have your hand out for financial help. Having financial independence, having your own business, having your own stream of income, being financially independent is going to mean a lot, because what's going to happen is these big corporations are going to begin gaining more and more and more power as time goes, and the last thing you want to do is fall victim to that power. But I'm curious as to what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see rents pull back? Do you think we're going to see the economy, balance out more and the middle class come back? Or do you think in reality we are likely going to see the middle class get eroded as these big financial institutions begin to buy up more and more and more of the middle class American dream? Drop your comments below. Let's have a conversation about where you think this whole thing goes in 2022, 2023, and beyond. Subscribe here. Also subscribe to my second YouTube channel. It's going to be a podcast, and it's also going to be a daily interactive show. I'm going to have guests be able to call in. I'm going to review the real estate deals, talk about personal finance, real estate, loans, credit cards, everything on personal finance, and it's going to be custom to individuals. And then also on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, everything's in the banner. I'll catch you guys later.